Hamjambo na habari zenu, my fellow Kenyans. Popote mulipo, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's been a year of trials and tribulations, and I feel that it's my duty and my obligation before the year is over, just to take a minute, just 1 minute, to commemorate the heroes of the 25th of June of this year. They gave their all for their country, and there is no greater honor than that. And to their parents, I wish them peace and comfort. My words seems shallow to describe, the loss that they feel. So all I can say is my heartfelt condolences, and that we do appreciate what they did and that it was not in vain. For those of you who have been following along with me, you know my backyard, it's a familiar scene. It's fall in Texas. Yeah, our fall comes a little late. The leaves have fallen off the trees. There's leaves on the ground that I'm raking. That's my job that I'm doing today. And y'all are familiar with this truck too. Just here recently, I finished installing head gaskets on it, and I drove it for about 2 days. Then for some reason I lost oil. I still haven't figured out how. And I spun rod bearings. So I'm back at it. I went and bought the rod bearings from GM, and I'm installing those rod bearings, a little at a time as we speak. And the rod bearings were not that expensive. Oh, there's somewhere in that truck. It's just the job of installing them. It's quite extensive. Anyway, to come to my point that I'm trying to bring across, the people that I speak of, and the people that I speak for, and the people that I represent, and the people that I want to have a better chance in Kenya. And I'm not Ruto, who's going to ride on a border and ride on a wheelbarrow and then dump you at the end of that. These are the people who can barely afford a meal a day. So SHIF, SHA, NHIF, that means absolutely nothing to them. That's a far-fetched dream to most of them in their present economic state. But yet, in a nation that's so blessed with some of the best climate on God's green earth, some of the best soil, the best location on the compass as far as East Africa is concerned, these are problems, things that should not be a problem. We are blessed to sit on the Indian Ocean and the port of Mombasa. For you historians, Vasco da Gama can tell you the importance and the relevance of the port of Mombasa on the Indian Ocean. There's no reason at all why any Kenyan should be living in squalor with kerosene lamps in 2024. None whatsoever. Absolutely zilch. Niet in Russian. So the struggle continues, and we have to get smarter than Mr. Ruto. He's abducting, they're kidnapping, they're still torturing, people are still being disappeared, and heinous things are still going on. And I personally want to say that I believe that the elections should not be in the hands of an IEBC, in the hands of a few picked individuals. I believe that if we want to check Ruto, and if we want to make sure there is a free and fair elections in 2027, because that would be one of the ways we're going to get rid of him, unless we want to march to State House, is that every contending political party, at the end of the day, when the voting is over, every contending political party should be given a printout from the voting machine at every voting station and polling station in Kenya, so they know the tally of the votes from every voting locations. I mean, I remember there's about 5 returning officers that did not return from the last elections, or the ones that returned and then were later found dead. So we cannot leave this in the hands of the incumbent president. It is in his best interest that the so-called returning officers do not return. Well, I'll leave you all with that thought. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.